Hi, I'm Dad Williams, and you are listening to the TigerTalk Podcast.
Hello everybody and welcome to the TigerTalk Podcast, the official club podcast for Gloucester City AFC. I'm Noah Woodland, joined by Morgan Turner-Green. Morgan, how are you today?
I'm good. I'm a bit upset after yesterday, the fact that we drew that game against Berkhamsted when we probably shouldn't have, but other than that, all good.
And today we're joined by two Gloucester City women's players, Lucabella Davis and Amanda Reimer. How are you girls today?
We're good, thank you.
Yeah, very good, thanks.
So we'll get this episode kicked off just by getting to know both of you a little bit more, for those who don't know that you two play for Gloucester City. Lucabella, we'll start with you. Tell us a little bit about your early years playing football and how you've got to this stage.
Okay, yeah, so I started playing, what we call soccer, but football at like 3 years old, playing like rec leagues until I was about 7, and then after that I kind of moved in sort of the club atmosphere back home, and I actually joined a club, SC United, that's actually had a British coach, and like, so most of my, career back home I actually had British coaches, more British coaches than American coaches, so I learned the English game like at a very early age. It was kind of like what inspired me to come over here. Like, it was one of my dreams. I've played ever since. I played high school soccer as well, and at Piper High School. And that's about it.
And Amanda, what about you?
I've been playing football since I was 5. I grew up in Switzerland, so that's where I've been playing. And I always played like just local teams and also teams at school. And I think growing up I always played with my brother, so that's how I got into it, and just playing at school, both outside and inside. Yeah. And
Luca, you said about your college team there. Was it Piper High School?
Piper High School.
I think I did a bit of research, and it seemed like it was quite an emotional thing for you to leave that high school when you did come over to England.
Yes, yeah, it was a big heartbreak for me, because that genuinely was like one of my favorite teams I've ever been on. For my freshman year, I was at a different high school, and I moved over to Piper, and it was kind of like a leaping chance, because it was our first year as a school in general. I was the first graduating class. So, I kind of have like a good place in my heart for a lot of those girls. And so shout out to them, because I still love them a lot. But yeah, I miss them a lot. So yeah.
And Amanda, I read a little bit about your football in Imperial College London. You were awarded the Rising Star Award. Talk to us a little bit about you playing for them and getting that award.
Yeah, I think it was a really amazing award that I got. Like, I joined the team. It was such a wonderful team. Like, I did struggle a bit in the beginning when I went to Imperial, like getting friends. But once I joined this team, everyone was so welcoming, and like the level was great. Like, both also the socials that brought me closer to the team. But yeah, we played really well. I think in the beginning we were a bit slow to get together, because we were a lot of new players, both masters and like undergrads. But slowly at the end we won like most of our games. We went to Paris for a tournament, only came second, but also it was also an amazing experience. Yeah.
And you both mentioned socials and like college teams there. How important are they for you? Just a question to both of you. How important are those socials and those groups just to keep, and football teams in general, just to have a good relationship together and to get to know new people?
I think just having a team in general that you really enjoy is super important. Like, most of my friends growing up were like on my football teams or soccer teams or whatever. And I think I kind of just carried that throughout my years. Like, I'd find my friends that way through sports. And, that's like, I even talked to some of my old teammates back from home still. Like, I still connect with them because they genuinely just are like my lifelong friends. Like, I've gone through so many years of my life with them and learned so many things. So yeah, I think it's really good.
Yeah, I think like growing up, I always joined the school football team, and it was great fun. Like, every year we would have at least like 2 trips or something like that, like maybe to Munich, to Vienna or something like that. And it really like brings the team together. Like, it's like the best memories I have of school. Yeah.
And Amanda, I saw that you played in like one of the Swiss national leagues or something along those lines. What's the difference that you found, obviously, when you came to play over here compared to playing back home?
I don't know. I think maybe I think the social-wise, everyone's a bit more serious on the team. Like, you wouldn't really talk to anyone. Like, even, like, I got screamed at for keeping my jacket open at one time at training. So it was very, like, strict and stuff like that. But it was really fun. Like, I did learn a lot from playing. Like, I grew up playing in only guys' teams and then slowly joined girls' teams. And it was just really fun. Yeah.
And how did it feel for you, obviously, playing on only guys' teams? Did you feel like that was a bit, you had to play a bit better and show yourself a bit more compared to the men?
Yeah, of course. Like, in the beginning, they would literally never pass to me, and like you would just be standing there like hoping for the ball. But slowly, once you showcase like how good you are and like you are even maybe better than some of them, they will slowly start to pass the ball to you, and like the coaches will also like push you harder to prove yourself. Yeah.
And I guess that's a question to both of you. How have you found, like, obviously, the rise of women's football has been so massive in the past few years with the WSL. How have you found, like, enjoying football more now that, like, women's football is getting more recognition?
Well, I'll say, like, back in the States, like, it's kind of more popular that, like, you play until the end of your university and then you're kind of just done. If you don't want to play pro, it's, like, it's pretty uncommon and it's pretty hard. So I'm really grateful that I've been able to come over here and like realize like I can actually build like a pretty lifelong career here, or at least longer than what I thought I was going to be able to do. And I'm so happy that like, just here in general, like, women's sports have been all women's sports have been progressing so much. I mean, football in general, yes, but even our team, I feel like, is very progressive, having so many people from America, from Switzerland, from British, like everything is coming together, and I don't know, it's just really beautiful to see.
Yeah, I think you can slowly tell, like, there's more and more teams forming and, like, at different levels. Like, growing up, like, I wanted to be professional, but, like, it was, like, a pathway that is, like, very uncertain. And then now it is more certain for girls to be able to go through that pathway. So, like, I had to choose between academics or football. So I chose the more academic route, but I do enjoy, like, here you have high level that you are able to play while also doing something else on the side.
Yeah, no, it's obviously a massive thing, the growth in women's football. Obviously, the American women's team have been such a great team and they've won so many things, probably earlier than the Lionesses, and the WSL was grown, obviously, when, I don't know about you, but when I was growing up, I never knew about Liverpool women's, Man United women's, but now you see them on Sky on a Sunday morning, and I know that people just flick it on, they'll watch it, and from that you get people just sticking to it and watching it and supporting their teams, which is such a massive
That's
thing.
it. I think it's big for them. Obviously, I know a lot of the WSL teams are trying to have like the women play at the men's stadiums. I think that's like a rule that they try to enforce, and obviously that's like Arsenal are probably the biggest example of like how they've grown their fan base by having the women play at the Emirates. So yeah. And
do either of you two tune into any WSL, or I think it's the NWSL over in America?
She probably does more than me, if we're being honest. I mean, growing up, like, I'll shout out like somebody like my one of my coaches from back home. Like, he's the reason why like I'm probably over here. Coach Martin, like, he was a Spurs fan, and like he told me, he's like, you know what? Like, just go and watch a Spurs game, like, on the TV or something, like, and just go watch, like, the Premier League or something. And that's how I kind of got into, like, I watched more of the men's game, if I'm being honest. I did watch some women's football, but, like, genuinely, I think that's, like, kind of where it started. I couldn't tell you really many players' names, if I'm being honest. You probably watch more than I do, but, yeah. So.
I think, I grew up always watching football, mostly international or, like, big games like Champions League or something like that. Like, ever since moving to London, like, for my university, I also watched Chelsea because they were literally a 15-minute walk for me. So watched a lot of WSL and, like, Champions League for women's there. So it was really easy to also, like, the tickets are so accessible, so it's just great. And you get to see how every single year there's more and more fans for these games. So that's great to see.
Yeah, no, obviously Gloucester City have had a product come out of their women's team in Naomi Lazau, who played for us, and now I think she plays for Man City Women now. So just seeing that, we just want to see more of that come out of the club. And you don't get many men's players, to be honest, that go right to the top, and I don't think we've had any really. So to see that come from the women's side is just a massive thing, I think. Yeah, it's a big testament to what the women's team are actually doing. Obviously we both know Chris Hill
and obviously you guys know him a lot better than we do. But yeah, what's he like to work with? I've heard so many things about it.
Well, I first met Chris over like 3 years ago, I want to say, and I immediately knew that he was going to be one of my favorite coaches I've ever had. He has a really good heart. I think he's been in the women's game for many, many years now. I think he's over 20 for sure. And this past season that I had him with last year and now this year, I see that he's really trying to build something. And it's been so successful. He's recruited so many different players like Amanda and other girls who have just come in just for this season now. And, for someone who was here last year and now seeing the change this year and what he's making and what he's putting into the program, I'm really excited of how this is going to go.
Yeah, when I first met Chris, I was just I was kind of shocked. He was really welcoming. You don't get that from a lot of coaches in general. I just spoke to him because I went to one of the England watch parties. Him and Roxy were there, and they were really welcoming. And at that point, I was like, yeah, this is the team for me. It's just such a nice environment to have.
And obviously, you guys are a team full of quite younger players rather than having a lot of experienced players. Do you ever go to an away game and do you ever get it's Gloucester City, they're all young and we're all old? Do you ever get the other team sort of not taking the mick out of you, but saying, oh, they're all young and we're all old and they're beating us, obviously last season, beating us 10-0 or whatever?
Yeah, I will say, I think it was a bigger difference last season because I want to say, I think most of our team was Americans who were my age, 19, 18, and seeing that kind of I think almost we didn't want to come across as being we're coming over here, we're bringing this sort of Americanized way of how we play, and taking people over. It was more we wanted to be sort of welcomed into this, and I feel this year, we're kind of sort of getting there. We're kind of building sort of this union of different ways of everybody plays this. It's the same sport. Everybody plays the same sport, and I'm seeing teams now where they're treating us kind of the same, where they're you know what, you're our opponent. We're going to play no matter how we want to play. We're going to beat you or we're not going to beat you kind of thing. Last year was more kind of I don't know how to describe it. It was just, we still beat teams, but it was just different. This year I have more enjoyment out of it. I feel we actually earn it kind of thing because we really work together and, yeah,
Should we go on to the next?
Yeah, we'll go on to the next one.
We've got a Quickfire Question segment now for both of you, so we'll just get things underway. First question, your favourite film?
Oh God. Probably a Marvel film. Iron Man. I love Iron Man.
Well, mine, I feel bad, but mine's got a kind of a story. My favorite film is The Boys in the Boat. And if you've never heard of it, it's basically this film about this rowing team back in the States. It's the Washington JV rowing team, and they went to the Olympics and they won. It's it's a team about learning about friendships and team bonding and everything like that. And I watched that film 2 years ago, but it's a running joke with a lot of the Americans. I made them all watch the film last year, and so I'm now gonna make them watch it every year because it's my favorite movie.
You're gonna make us watch it this year?
Yeah, heck yeah. We're already watching it.
It's got a little fun fact. My granddad was actually an extra in that film.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It was filmed not far from Gloucestershire, actually.
Really?
In
Oh my
Cirencester.
No, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I should probably do my research.
Your favourite song?
Ooh, that's tough. I might just
Not song then, artist.
Kalani. Yeah.
I'll say probably Luke Bryan. Yeah.
Your favourite food?
Probably a good steak.
Yeah, I was gonna say pizza. Good pizza is good.
Your favourite player?
I don't know which. Oh, I think probably Alexia Putellas.
Oh, mine's an old one. Kieran Trippier from Spurs. Like, it was
Kieran
like,
Trippier.
Wow.
I know, it's
That's so random.
I know it's very random, but when I first started watching Tottenham, like I used to play outside back, and so he was like
Okay.
one of the players that I would like be like, oh my god. Like, I know that's so random, like
That
it's
is
so weird, but
niche.
that's just like he's just always been one of my favorites. Even.
So I think that is probably the best answer we've had yet. We've had like Ronaldo, like Wayne Rooney,
Yeah.
and now Kieran Trippier.
England legend, Kieran Trippier.
Yeah.
Your childhood team?
Vegas SC. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Vegas FC, yeah.
I'll just say like SC United, like that's about it. Yeah.
Who you base your game off? So like which professional player do you think is most similar to your
That's
how you
hard.
play?
It's hard. Chris says I play like somebody, I can't remember their name though.
Luca Modric.
Yeah, that's it.
Really?
Yeah, he says that every time. He's like, you're literally him. I was like, all right. No.
I
No.
literally have no idea.
No, you can
No
skip
idea.
if you want.
Skip, yeah.
Your favorite holiday destination?
Ooh.
Oh,
I
this
think-
is like vacation, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think mine is definitely Barcelona because I love Barcelona in general. The football team, the beach, going out, everything. It has everything.
Yeah. I don't like. My dream is to go to Italy one day for sure. I really want to go to Rome. I really want to see the Colosseum. But yeah.
Your favorite cheat meal after a game?
I don't know if this really counts as a meal, but I love Caspa's. So I like go getting like a nice crepe from Caspa's is like the best. But
Yeah, that counts.
Oh, I don't know, just a burger. Yeah. I don't know.
Your favorite sport outside of football?
ooh, this is hard.
I think maybe because I've been playing badminton for a while now, so I've played competitively and I still play a bit, so probably
Wow.
that.
That's
Yeah.
niche. Quite
Yeah.
I'd have to say like I guess to watch it'd be American football. Like back home, like we love Ohio State, so yeah, like we watch them all the time. But to play, I would say probably like, gosh, maybe tennis. I used to play tennis a lot. So
See, they're a bit different because we've had like golf's like a big one. It's got
Yeah.
golf and paddle are probably the two
paddle's a good
two big
one.
ones we've had. So yeah, they're a bit random, but
Yeah.
especially badminton. Do you play a lot around like in Gloucester or just?
Now I play mostly at my office, but like yeah, growing up in Switzerland, I used to play competition every year. So and then I did some training in China too for it. So
Wow.
Yeah.
Sick.
And the last question is your favorite UK thing or like item or what something that happens in the UK that you love?
I don't know.
A good Sunday roast.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
wow.
I was gonna say, I really liked going to the races, like in Cheltenham. Like
Yeah.
we don't really have that like back home. I mean, we do, but it's not as like a big thing, I guess, as it is here. And I didn't know it was like famous, so I was like, oh, like, yeah. But I had a good time going to that. Yeah.
Yeah, the races is always good, isn't it? I don't know if you've been.
I've not been
Not
yet.
been,
to be
no.
fair.
Oh, you have to go.
No,
It's
Yeah.
too good.
So before I finish, I think that's my aim to get to the races.
Yeah, you gotta go. Yeah.
Dressing up, just going for a day out.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah, so that's the end of that one. We'll move on now to, well, a little segue into moving to the UK for both of you and how that sort of move came about and, yeah, how it felt for you two.
You want to go for it?
You got it.
I got it first. Okay. Well, I moved for university, so I moved to London like 3 years ago, and yeah, it was definitely kind of a shock to me because I moved from Switzerland, where it's very quiet. Everything like pretty much closes at 7 p.m. There's like no one on the streets at after and dark, so definitely a shock. But I really enjoyed it. Like there's so much to do. It's so international, and also I love that I can speak English everywhere. I don't have to speak like German or French or anything like that. But then moving to Gloucester, it's also a bit change, maybe a bit more similar to Switzerland as the more quiet side, but it's also nice to have that break from the busy London. Yeah.
Yeah. Mine was like a very, very hard change, I guess I would say. Is like, last year coming over, like being 18 years old and like this whole new country, like I didn't have my parents. I'm an only child too, so like being away from home was kind of hard. But like you know, I had to learn like so many things, like how to take the buses around and like learn how to get to class easy. And, you know, money's different for us, like the exchange rate and everything. So keeping on top of that, like, also like with, yeah, like I just said money, but coins and stuff too. I was like, keeping track of that's hard. Like, I don't know, there's so many things, even foods and stuff too. It's like hard to like, you know, like, with everything expires here so quickly. Like, I'm not used to that. Like, it's stuff like silly stuff like that you'd think like wouldn't be a big deal, but it is a big deal, like, you know, to a lot of us. But it made it so much easier coming over with like 15 other girls like last year, all who are like similar ages as you, going through the same things, even when that we are from, you know, different parts, like different states and whatever. You know, just connecting on that level, like, you know, we all had to come to training. We all saw each other almost every day. Like, you know, we all knew the struggle. So kind of coming over with that and like that in mind was kind of more of a sort of, you know what, we can do this. Like, I got this, like, kind of thing. And I think one of the hardest things was actually football, is like getting used to, you know, coming to training and, you know, playing against, you know, British girls and like just like trying to get used to that. Like, I'm used to getting yelled at in like different ways too. Like, so it's just stuff like that, you know, kind of like that. Yeah.
And what would you say for both of you is like, what's the biggest thing you miss about, obviously I know you'll probably both miss your families and stuff, but are there any like silly things, like say like food's so much different compared to like America? Like what are like the biggest things that you find yourselves missing?
For me, yeah, I would say family is the biggest thing, but for sure. But I will say, y'all's food sucks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, I really miss like a good like Texas barbecue or like a good old like, I don't know, seafood boil. Like, oh my god.
Have you not had a Sunday roast yet?
I have, yes, but sorry, y'all. Our food's better. Like, I've had better
seafood boil anywhere though.
Seafood? Yeah, you can. I don't know, some down in like Louisiana is just too good.
There's something about back home, isn't there?
It is for sure. Like,
something different.
I mean, even like we have some like fast food and stuff, like the similar stuff here too, but just like being back home in general, I feel like I just kind of miss that. Like, obviously just people in general I miss back home. That was like another surreal thing, was coming here and like going into a store and expecting them to sound like me, and they don't sound like me, so it's kind of getting used to that as well. But yeah, I would just say people and food mostly.
I think, yeah, definitely the people, but also like I miss being able to just go to the lake and swim. Like, you don't have that here. Like, there's nothing that you can just go and swim or like go for ski or something. You have to travel back and then be able to ski somewhere else.
Right.
So, yeah,
I miss driving. Driving is hard. I don't think I could drive here. Like, that's one thing I do miss for sure, is driving. Yeah.
What was that with the Sunday roast?
I liked it. Don't get me wrong. It was good food. I mean, food is food, but I think Texas barbecue's better.
Where did you get the Sunday roast from?
Gosh, I can't remember. Chris took us last year after a game.
Was it like a pub or was it like a Toby Carvery?
It was definitely a pub, I'm pretty sure. Some sort of inn. I don't remember. He'll probably be able to tell you if he asks, but yeah, I couldn't remember. But it was good, don't get me wrong. It was good food. But
it doesn't sound like it was very good.
Okay. I mean, I've had better. Probably going to get like hated for that, but no.
No, like you said about just going to a lake and swimming, I wouldn't be jumping in the Gloucester docks, would you, Morgan?
No, I don't think so. I say I'm from Birmingham and there's like nothing. There's no water in sight. Like, really, there's a couple of canals and that's about it. So I think I'm very jealous of like just being able to jump in a lake or just being able to go and ski or something.
Yeah, that's what I miss. Yeah,
I'd miss that a lot too.
So just for Luca, you leave Piper High School, and then how does the move to Gloucester come about? It's such a, you know, Amanda said, I moved to London. Everyone knows London. I'm sure people from where you're from don't have a clue what a Gloucester is.
Yeah, not even. Like, my mom still can't pronounce it. Like, it came about, I mean, we were previously a part of a different program, but we came over all together kind of. I'd been following, you know, sort of Gloucester City for a few years before I even decided to fully commit my senior year. And, you know, just even people around me hearing about it, like, I would tell them, oh, I'm going to the University of Gloucestershire and I'm going to play with, Gloucester City AFC. And they'd be like, what? And they're like, I'm going to England. And they're like, oh my God, wait, that's so cool. Like, I mean, I think mostly just like my family's proud of me over anything. I mean, like just to even be over here, have this experience and everything. And, shout out to people back home, because most people in Texas, if I'm being honest, like they stay in state to go to college and go to university. And so, traveling overseas, if anything, everyone was like, oh my God, are you sure? like, no, but I'm representing a little bit. So, yeah.
And the same with you, Amanda. Obviously, you go to London and now you're in Gloucester. How come?
I've moved just because I'm doing a placement, but yeah, it was definitely different. Like even talking to people from the UK, they don't even really know where Gloucester is or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's definitely an experience, but I do really enjoy it, and like I love being here for a year. So
I just got to say, I agree with Amanda. Before I moved here for uni, I'd basically just never heard of it. Like,
shocking.
I remember seeing the degree on like UCAS, but like I couldn't have told you where Gloucester was. And, like I only came here once before like moving in. That's just to like visit the uni. Like I couldn't tell you what Cheltenham is either. I'd like heard briefly of like the races, but I'm sorry, as a Gloucester boy you might be a bit upset, but I had no idea what this place was at all.
Born and bred in Gloucester I was, and yeah, it's a bit sad that no one knows what it is. But have you two got like a favourite thing you like to do in Gloucestershire, or thing that you've discovered, a place you like to go to or whatever? Bit of a tough question.
I know, that is a tough question. Like, I don't know. I mean, I've been all over Cheltenham and Gloucester, for just from how many times I've visited and also just from living here. Like, I mean, I would say the races is great, but like, I think just in general, just playing. Like, I don't know. I just like going to the pitch and just go and play. Like, I think that's my favorite place, if being honest. Like, either that or just maybe walking around, like, just Cheltenham, High Street, like sometimes I'll just go for a walk and just walk down the street and just like remember that I'm like, oh wait, I actually am in England. Like sometimes I forget.
Yeah, I think probably the same. Just walking around, because it's also quite nice, and everyone is also friendly here. Like the parks are nice and it's like well kept, which really what it is like in London, so that's nice. Like the grass is actually green here, which is a change. But yeah, also like playing football, that's basically what I do most days, so yeah.
And something that's maybe a little bit different to what happens at home, or something that you've seen here that's like, what on earth is that?
Do you have anything?
Last week there was I don't know if it's still going on, but the literature festival.
Yeah,
I've never heard or seen anything like that, which is quite
Yeah, I remember that happening last year. I went to it. I just like walked around for a little bit, but I don't know. Like, I mean, everything is so different. Like, I mean, it's hard to explain from like people who are from here, but just like we don't have things as close together back home. I mean, I gotta drive 30 minutes to get to a grocery store, kind of thing. Like, it's very, very bizarre living in such a you'd consider a small town. I'd call like more of a city, because it's just everything's so close knit. The community is great, everything like that. I don't know. I mean, football in general is different. I mean, I know the way we play. There's it's kind of different rules. Like for some things, like throw-ins. I don't know if you've like heard, but like literally everyone last year who played outside back, like when they're throwing in the ball if they were American, they'd like have like so many fouls because they just like can't do it. Like,
what is the difference?
It's like something
like
about like how
a
foul throw, like you have to like hold it all the way behind your head here, and you have to like almost throw it when it's still behind your head. Like back home, we could literally like almost like go like over here. Like it's just different. I don't know. It's like a very small thing, but it's something I've noticed.
Morgan, same for you. Obviously, you're not from Gloucester or Cheltenham, whatever you've liked, or something
that's different. Probably, as Amanda said, like just like the parks and stuff. I don't know, like I don't want to disrespect where I live, but it's not very nice in some places. Whereas, like, say like Pittville Park here or something, like that's so nice compared to like my local park, which is it's just not the same. Yeah, I guess stuff like that. I don't know. There's a lot more nature here. It's like I'm from a bit more of a city, so like it's nice to like I don't know, just stuff like Cleve Hill and like as you said, like the park. There's a lot more nature, and like I like going outside a lot more here. Whereas at home, it's more just like just going to like the city centre and like just going like middle of Birmingham and just like shopping. Whereas here it's a lot nicer to actually just walk around and stuff.
Decent.
Yeah.
We'll move on now. Just a question for Luca. Last season, obviously, your team did so well, winning the league unbeaten. Talk to us a little bit about that season and how it panned out.
Yeah. Like, I'll be honest. I mean, I think it genuinely was like the best season I've ever had playing this sport. Like, you know, coming together as, you know, a group of, you know, it was mostly Americans, but we had some British girls on the team, you know, coming together in such a short amount of time. I mean, we touched down and we had a game in 2 weeks and we had to deliver. And like, I mean, I knew some of them previously, but just seeing how well we did in such a short amount of time and, you know, progressing over the season, like, you know, us winning, I know we won a lot of games, like, you know, 6-7-0, whatever, but it was more the games that I enjoyed. Like, I want to say like our cup final last year for our county cup, like against Frampton, like that was probably one of my favorite games I've ever played, just because like I genuinely realized like this team has like come so far as a program. Like, we, you know, we've gone through so much, and I do genuinely love like all the girls that I play with. Like, I mean, all the Americans that came over, like they have such good hearts. They all really wanted to be here. And they didn't want to just play our game. They wanted to learn, and they wanted to learn from Chris, and they wanted to, you know, sort of kind of bring to what he envisioned this team wanting to be. And I think we accomplished that in such like the best way. I mean, we did not come over and expect to, you know, win every game. We did want to come over and win the league. That was our intention, but that's what we came there to do. But to be unbeaten and to, you know, get a sort of a cup final and like win, you know, that cup and everything and win the league, like get promoted, it was just like I mean, it's surreal for me. It's such an accomplishment. And for all those girls as well, like, I mean, it's just a dream, if I'm being honest.
You won the league quite early. How was that day when Chris surprised you that you were going to lift the trophy when the men's team had a game at halftime, 1,800 people there? How did that feel, and how did Chris, you know, surprise you with that?
Right. So originally, I guess what happened is, you know, it was so funny because we didn't think we were going to win that day. It was kind of sort of a thing where like the other team had to lose, and we thought that they weren't going to lose because it was a better team. So we were like, oh, like we'll probably, like we're going to win the next weekend or whatever. So like, I don't even think we had any media there. I think we only had the video from like the huddle camera that was just like showing the game. Played that whole game. I believe it was against Paulton. And like, you know, we asked Chris, we were like, oh, like how'd the game go or whatever, and they were like, oh, they tied, and we were like, oh, okay, like that's what we expected, like that's fine. Went in the changing room and all the coaches filed in, and we were like, what is going on? Like, they have a video of it, and it's actually quite funny, but he just goes, oh yeah, they lost, by the way, and we like oh, like it was great. I mean, they left even afterwards too, and like we were playing music, like throwing water in the air. I mean, I felt so bad for them. We left their like changing room like pretty bad. But no, genuinely, like in that moment we were like, this is like the best thing that could have ever happened. Like and we were just so happy, if I'm being honest, so ecstatic. It was great. Yeah. And
yeah, I mentioned, when you lifted the trophy in front of all those fans at New Meadow Park, how did that feel?
Amazing. I mean, like we didn't expect it, that we were going to get something like that. And when Chris had told us like, oh, we're going to, you know, do it in front of a bunch of people, I mean, I honestly think half the people didn't even know who we were. So I was kind of like, this is kind of funny. But it was so amazing. I mean, they handed out all of us medals and everything, and just getting to do that, like I'd never gotten to do that before. I've never, like, in, you know, my career as a player or whatever, like even when we have like won in leagues in the past, like with my club teams in the past and everything, we don't like get to like hold up a trophy or anything like that. Like I've never done that. Really? So so getting to do that, like it was, I mean, like all us Americans were like, this is sick. Like this is literally what we see on TikTok. Like, oh my gosh. Like, so yeah, but you know, getting to do that, plus with all these girls that I've, you know, come to a different country with and lived with for, you know, at that point it's like 7 months. Like truly a dream. I mean, and all of them would say the same thing. Yeah.
And We see you guys at the men's games a lot. Is it something you'd want to see the men's team come and watch you?
We'd like it. Yeah. I mean, it was mostly because like we just we support the men's team in any way. I mean, we're proud of whatever they've accomplished or whatever too. We'd obviously love the support. I mean, we don't want, I mean, they don't have to come, but we'd like it. I mean, more people with more people. But yeah, I mean, we see them at training all the time and everything, and it'd be nice to see them out. Yeah.
Call out to the men's team. Get
Yeah,
to the
so
women's game.
if anyone's listening and if anyone sees this clip when we put it out, get to the women's games,
Yeah.
get support in.
Come out, come say hi.
Definitely. And now we mentioned the women's games. You guys with a massive game this weekend against AFC Portchester in the FA Cup. First time the women's team have made the first round of the FA Cup. Amanda, talk to us a little bit about the game that got you to the first round and the feeling of watching you guys in the draw on TV.
I think it was the game was quite good. Like once we scored the second goal, I was like, yes, I think we did it. Like we were so happy. I think we all celebrated a lot, and it was just an amazing feeling to be able to bring this team to the next level. Like I did play it last year with my old team, Actonians, but like we also lost it, so it would be great for us to win the next game. So I can also say that I went to the next round. Yeah.
Same for you.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like, last year we didn't get past this round. So getting past this round this year, especially for people who, Maggie and Georgie who were here the year prior, like they also didn't get past to this round either. So everybody was so excited. I mean, I think I almost tackled Molly. Like at the game, we were so happy. It was funny. But no, genuinely, yeah, like this is going to be either way, despite how the game goes, whatever. Like, I mean, we're going to give it our all, but this genuinely is going to be such a good game. It's going to be a great experience, and I'm like so excited. Yeah. So
I was at the game against Ross Juniors, and just battered them like completely. And yeah, obviously everyone was like buzzing to win that game. Did you see? I don't know. Did you like know that like right, this is the start of like we're gonna go on this run, and obviously like this game is like we've been talking about how like huge it is for the women's side to make the first round proper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I unfortunately wasn't able to play in that game. I had my concussion still, but like just sitting on the sideline, like watching all the girls being able to play, like I think everyone in their minds was like, we're gonna win this game, like we're gonna keep going, and we didn't know how far we were gonna get, but we wanted to make sure that like we were gonna work hard to get there. And so playing in that game, I mean you played in it actually, so I don't know, but like just watching people play, I could feel like the energy, and I was just like, okay, yeah, like they're ready to play. we're ready to be here, like yeah.
Yeah, I think especially the weekend before we did lose our game, especially in the last few minutes. So I think we just had to prove to ourselves and also to like the team in general and our fans that like we are better than what we performed the week before, and that we deserve to go on further and beat this team. And I think we won 6-0. 6-0, yeah.
I think I lost count in the end.
That showed like what team we are and like the level that we can play at.
Yeah.
And how big is the FA Cup for two girls who aren't from the UK? Obviously, me and Morgan know how massive the FA Cup is. How much did you know about the FA Cup before coming here?
Not much, if I'm being honest. Like, I honestly, like, I mean, when Chris, I remember like the first game we played. I think it was actually last year. Our first game we ever played in as a team all together was in the FA Cup. We played Cheltenham Saracens, and like I swear I think everyone was just like, oh, this is a friendly. Like we didn't know. Like I swear I didn't know, at least. I don't know if anybody else did. And then after we played, he was like, all right, we're on to the next round. And we were like, next round of what? Like, what does that mean? So like I quickly learned it. I mean, I know a lot of the other girls, they're a little bit more invested in this, but I didn't know much. But now I do. And now I'm like, let's go farther. Like let's do this. Like, yeah.
I think I knew about the FA Cup for the men's side, but I never knew there was a women's side until I came to London and played a few games with my other teams. And like slowly I realized how big it is. I've been to 2 finals. I think the one with Man United and Spurs and some Chelsea and some Man United or something like that. So like Yeah, so I do know about it, and it's quite cool that you get to play against all these big teams and have the opportunity to maybe get drawn to one of these. So like, we'll see how far we go. Hopefully far.
Yeah, and watching yourselves, I don't know if both of you watched it, but watching you on the you on the screen in the draw, it just must be so surreal.
Yeah, I mean, me, Maggie, and Georgie were downstairs like watching it. Like, I mean, we didn't even know when we were getting drawn, so we were downstairs at the TV at 7, and we were just like, and then they said like, oh, South is getting drawn last. We were like, dang it. But we sat there. I mean, I have the video of us like freaking out once our name got drawn, but like genuinely, I was like, I had to register. I was like, wait, we're like on TV. Like, oh my gosh, like this is insane. But yeah, no, like, I mean, it's great. Like, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, I still can't comprehend like how big it is. Like, I only watched the last draw and I was like, oh wow, actually we're on TV. And like, I talked to my friends and like colleagues about it, and they were like, you're in the FA? I was like, yeah, that's not normal. I was like, well, oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, so it's definitely an experience, yeah. And I hope we can go far.
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, it is such a huge game. I want to go back to what you said earlier. Obviously, when you joined, you said how like you had a game in 2 weeks, and then you just had to like quickly just get on it and like produce a good performance. Obviously, I know some of the men who came over a couple of years ago, and they said when they had their first game, it was just a car crash. Like they just couldn't get on the same page. What do you think that you guys did differently to, you know, make sure you just gelled together quickly?
I honestly don't know. Like, I don't know how we worked so well together. I mean, you know, prior to last year, like, you know, over the summer, like I had a few Zoom calls with a few of the girls being like, hey, like, you know, let's all talk or whatever. Let's, you know, get together. I mean, and those first, like, I think 1 or 2 weeks before we had our first game, like, we all lived in a house together. You know, we had a few training sessions together. So it wasn't like we were going in blind. But genuinely, like, I mean, that first game, I do remember it. Like, we started playing, and I mean, it was a little rocky, don't get me wrong, but like, I mean, we jumped straight in, and I was shocked. I was like, this is crazy that I'm playing so well with all these girls. And I knew, like, you know, in America, I mean, we all kind of have like the kind of same sort of style, like relatively. I mean, different states are going to do different things, and coaches are going to do different things, but like, we all kind of played relatively the same way, and so I think that's what kind of helped it. But it never like stopped. It never faltered. Like, throughout the entire season, I think we had some bad games, but it wasn't like bad enough where we like obviously lost. But it was like we kind of just had a little, oh, we're just take a little back step, but then the next game it's just like right back on it. And I mean, it was, I don't even know how to explain it.
And
Yeah.
Amanda, obviously you've just joined this season. What was sort of the, you know, some of the biggest things you noticed? Obviously you're coming into a team who've done so well last year, and obviously you know, you said you've played in England for a bit longer. Just talk to us how your move came about, and like you know, just how you found your time here so far.
Yeah, so yeah, like I said before, like once I met Chris, and like he messaged me, he gave me contacts to several girls, so like it was really easy to like talk to people, get to know them. And then when I met them, they were all just so nice and welcoming. And like, I think football in general is like very like universal, like all the teams kind of play the same kind of, so it's kind of easy to like integrate. And like, I've always been in a like international environment, so like having that like people from around, not just the UK, was also quite nice, and that you don't really find in the UK. So like my last team, I was pretty much the only international one there, so it was nice to have that. And yeah, everyone seemed so friendly, and football was great.
Yeah.
So having 3 trainings a week also made you closer, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I will say, yeah, I think that's one of the most interesting things about this team is like how diverse it is. I think that's like part of the reason why we work so well together, is just because like I said, I mean, we have so many people from different areas of, I mean, the world, really, like, and, you know, trying to learn how to play together in that aspect, like, it's a little tough at first, but, I mean, once we got through preseason and, you know, we've played a few games now, I feel like we're really starting to, like, reconnect as, like, a whole team, and I'm really excited of how this is going to go, so.
And this season, I think there's been a few games postponed in the league. I think you've only played 2, won 1 and lost 1. How has that been? A bit frustrating, you know, not really having a run of games?
It's definitely different from last year. I mean, last year it was like very like on the dot. I mean, we didn't really have many cancellations except for like the weather or something, which again were just like pushed back to the end of season. But having like so many breaks up until this point, I would say, yeah, it's a little bit frustrating, but it's also kind of nice because I feel like it gives us more of an opportunity, like, you know, if we're struggling in training sessions or anything like that, like kind of, like I said, like bringing ourselves together a little bit more and kind of fine tuning those little things that's like, oh, like this happened in this game, but, you know, let's fix it now. Like we have more time to do that, I feel. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's also good, like because we have a lot of new players, so it's good to also like have the time to like get to know each other, how each other plays, what position is best for each player. So it's nice to have a bit of a break, but yeah, I do miss the games.
And yeah, just quickly before we get onto our final segment, I just want to ask what are your, you know, aims for the season? As we say, you've got this big FA Cup this weekend, but then, you know, after that, you know, as a team or individually, what are both your aims for the upcoming season?
I will say, like, I think, you know, I can't speak for everyone, but like one of my goals I want for the team is like I want us to kind of sort of be in those top spots of the league again. I want us to prove that we can sort of, you know, keep moving up because we keep gaining so many people, and we had such a successful season last year. Like, I want us to be able to keep sort of progressing because I feel like that's what this team is starting to do. Like, I mean, we've had so many different, you know, additions and like aesthetics that have come into this, and like now I feel like it's like, okay, like we can do this now. Like, let's keep moving, and that's my goal at least. Is if we don't win the league, at least like top 3 would be great. But yeah,
I think mine would be great to win the league and just like get promoted and have that experience with the team because I did not experience it last year. So, and then like get as far as possible in the FA Cup and maybe get drawn to one of those big teams to have that experience too. Yeah.
Lovely. Well, we're going to get into our final segment here called Team Talk. I'm just going to list off some questions and you can name anyone in the team, not just yourself. So the first one, dressing room DJ.
Ooh.
It's Amina, isn't
Amina,
it?
yeah, for sure. Her playlist is good.
Yeah.
Who's got the worst songs?
Worst songs? Maybe
Johnny.
Luca.
No, it's Johnny. Johnny does. Johnny has the worst songs. He plays like Wheels on the Bus and stuff. Like, it's so bad.
Who's most likely to be a manager in the future?
Ooh. I could see Fliss doing it.
Yeah, she's pretty good at that. Yeah, if not her, then I would say Molly, because she actually does want to be a coach one day. She actually has been doing like some coaching stuff, I think, with like some of the, I want to say the U15s. Yeah, and she's been doing a really good job with that. Like, I'm really proud of her. So yeah.
The best technical player?
Ooh, say Sachi probably.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Sachi for sure.
Yeah,
she's really good.
Yeah.
Who's got the worst haircut?
Oh, that's
so mean.
Maybe Chris.
Yeah.
If there's anything.
That's so mean. Sorry, Chris. We love you.
You'll both be dropped for that.
No, we're gonna get
So I know who's not playing in that FA Cup game now. Best fashion sense?
Ooh, best fashion.
We all just dress the same because we have.
Yeah, we all have the same clothes.
So you can't really tell.
I would say like maybe when the Heartbreak Girls come in and they all have like their Heartbreak stuff on, like they're all matching. I'm like, oh, okay, like I see y'all.
So I was gonna say worst fashion sense, but if you all dress the same, then
yeah, we all see.
Yeah. Team bus buddy. Who do you guys like to sit next to on the coach?
I think we both sit alone, don't we?
Yeah, well, most people do, I think. But I will say, like, on the minibus, when it's just us Americans, I'll either sit with Molly or I'll sit with Liana. Yeah, mostly. I think those
You're sitting on your own, just like game face on, just headphones on, ready, focus. Yeah.
Quick nap, maybe.
Who's the dressing room joker?
Holly, for sure.
Yeah, definitely Holly. Holly or Dix.
Yeah.
For sure.
I was gonna say, who do you not want to be sat next to on the team bus, but I guess if you don't sit by anyone.
Well, if I'm tired, definitely Holly, because she doesn't stop talking.
Oh, no. No, she's great. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like everybody. I'm just going to keep my headphones in, though.
WSL prospect, who could you see maybe one day playing the WSL or anywhere in any of, in America or any top league?
I could see Sachi play.
Yeah, Sachi could. I'd love to, but we'd have to get there first.
I was gonna say, I think that's what I've got here. Yeah. So yeah, the last question we've asked it to everyone. So who would you guys want to see us get on the next episode of Tiger Talk?
I don't know. Maybe Chris.
Chris and Darren.
Chris and Darren. Oh, get the dream team together. Yeah, get Chris, Darren up here. No, that would be great. I think just either that or more, maybe some youth players. Like, that'd be great, having some youth players come up. Like, I know, like, the U15 girls are, like, doing really well at the moment, I think. I don't know. Maybe don't quote that. But or maybe some of the girls from our reserve team. I think I'm sure they'd love to come up here, too, and see how they're doing in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, thank you both for coming on. I hope you've enjoyed it. Have you had a good time?
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Thank you both for listening. Morgan, thank you, as always,
Yep, no problem.
for being the co-host. And, yeah, we'll catch you in the next episode. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.